I'm back.
Welcome back, bro.
Thank you.
Patrick John Welder.
Hey, Patrick started the show.
I had coffee and fried chicken. Not a good combo.
Thank you, Patrick.
It's Josh G. Prepare yourself.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Very good. Very good.
Lay Peter Guitar Jam.
Moo.
Moo.
Oh.
Nick Brown. Yo.
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
I'm so proud of myself every time I do that.
Prepare yourself.
Shirley and Christopher.
Hey, Shirley.
It's Josh G. That thing is pretty fast. Shirley and Christopher. You're still handsome.
Thank you, Shirley Ann. I appreciate that. Been a quick 10 years.
Shirley and Christopher.
It starts with an F. Bullshit! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Shirley and Christopher. The best is yet to come.
Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you, Hollywood! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck off, motherfuckers! Fuck you!
Hello, Trendy's Trendy News, reporting in live from Orlando, Florida, home of TRENDYASDABBERS and all things trendy, where you find me, you, and Cyber Reload, and the hashtag Trendies and Panoiber on all forums, social media, especially on rumble.com/user/trendy Days Card. This is the show. That up here. Okay, man. That was fun. You know what else was fun? Cleaning out all of my glass. Every single piece of glass, except for my 2 oil bubblers. But my other oil bubbler I did, and all of my bongs, I cleaned all of them. There were 3 bowls that still had cannabis in them, so I cleaned in the bowl with a Q-tip, and I got all the sludge out at the bottom, but I left the top. I left the bud in it. So I'll show you what that
Shirley
looks like.
and Christopher. Sounds like an invitation to me.
See, I clean the bottom of that stem right there. I cleaned that, and I left the buds in there. So this is still dirty up in here, but the whole rest of all of these are all clean, and they look beautiful. And I'm just so excited to have clean glass. I haven't cleaned glass in a while. I had some time today, and I figured I'd get into it a little bit. So that was fun. But this is the title of the video, and I think it's really exciting. I think Cyber Reload's going to benefit from this, and anybody else that's like me that's had problems with the those faders. The fader audio mixer from Windows 11 is so bad, and it freezes up all the time. It locks up, and it sucks. It's really bad. It's a horrible piece of software, and whoever the idiot was that designed it should be fired and put out to pasture and never work in software ever again. However, I found something today, and it was wonderful. It was a fix for this, and it's really simple, and I'm going to tell you how to fix it right now. Go to Windows 11, click the Windows key and the R, and that'll bring up your run command prompt run thing, right? Type in I've got it right here, so I'll just do it. SND for sound, SND, and VOL for volumes, like sound volume, SND VOL dot exe. Type that in. When you type that in, it brings up the old mixer. Wait, we're not done yet. Once you're there, click on there's supposed to be a thing there, but I don't see it. That's so weird. You click on a thing and you pin it to your desktop, but that's, since I guess because it's already pinned to the desktop, it's not there. I don't know. Hold on, let me try this again. R. Okay, it brings up the mixer, but then that thing is gone. Anyway, there should be 3 dots or something, and you click on and then just click add to desktop menu or something. Add to
Justin Jefferson.
Start menu or start.
Show
menu.
her your boobies.
I forgot what they call that menu at the bottom. Taskbar. So it's add to taskbar, and you just click that, and it adds it. And then the option for it to do that goes away, I guess, but because I don't see it anymore. But and then voila, I got my old faders back, man, from Windows 10, and I don't have to use that stupid thing that locks up all the time anymore. For sound, it's such a pain, man. I have to close the window thing and open it every show. Every show, it locks up after a reboot or after a go to sleep and come back. It doesn't work, and I have to close it and reopen it. Not going to have to do that anymore. Now I've got my old Windows 10 volume faders. Those work. You know, nothing fancy about that. It's just does what it's supposed to do. So if you want to know how to do that, now you know. I hope you guys learned something. If you have Windows 11 and you've been struggling with your mixer and it's been driving you crazy, now you know you can bring back that Windows 10. You'll have both mixers. Just don't use the Windows 11 mixer anymore. Use the speaker icon that will now be at the bottom of your taskbar. That will open up the Windows 10 style mixer, and you'll have no more problems. It's fantastic. I want you to see this mixer here. There it is on this screen right here. See that? That's the old mixer. That's the good one. That's the one we're going to be using. Heck yeah. All right, so okay, that was it. Isn't that awesome? Wasn't that short and sweet? Okay, okay, let's go. Let's refresh this because it says 0 people are watching over there, but we got plenty of people watching over on the Rumble. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever gave me the thumbs up. I'm assuming that was Token Tony Z, because he seems to actually be the only person watching from Rumble. So thank you for the 1 thumbs up over on Rumble. Now, I've got a couple things I could do. I could do a dab, or I could smoke flower. And you know what? I've got clean glass, and I really want to have some of my Girl Scout cookie in some clean glass. Haven't done that yet. And I think that would be awesome. This has no flavor to it at all. It's completely clean. This little bad boy. This little bad boy right here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're going to be smoking this. Let me get my bowl together. Cyber, if you'd like to smoke alone.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, man. Well, well, well. I remember the day when I would smoke this whole bowl.
Seymour Cannabis.
Wouldn't even think about it.
Cheers, nay, good morning, trendies.
I just to show you guys that I could do it, I would smoke the whole bowl. I'd be like, dude, this whole bowl's packed. I'm gonna smoke the whole bowl in one bong rip, just to show you that you can do it. And I don't do that shit anymore. All right, Cyber, cheers. Randy, cheers.
Yes, bro.
Token
Cheers,
Tony Z,
everybody.
cheers. Everybody else in all the chats, cheers. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys decide to stay and watch tonight. Oh, that's nice. Wow. Wow. I worked so hard for that grow. I had to spray every day. I got so lucky with that. I almost lost the fucking the cherry pie. To spider mites. But I caught it in time. Ended up losing like a half pound off of that plant. Maybe not that much. Maybe it was a quarter pound, something like that. But it was a lot. It felt bad, but the rest of it was fine. And I was like, yes. Because the cherry pie was so beautiful. So different and so amazing. So cool. Anybody at Windows 11 that's going crazy over their volume mixer, man. We got you.
Honestly, I don't have that problem. Mine went fine.
Well,
But it's a nice trick.
if you ever get that issue, I mean, it must be a sound driver problem for me. I don't know. Must be one of my sound drivers. Needs to be.
Yeah, I don't have that problem at all. It don't freezes up, and it always there, and it always works for me. But that's for me, I know.
But I also got to tell you, I don't like the way it's set up. I like having the faders vertical.
I agree, because you cannot on the old one, if I remember right, it had a sound meter on it also, right?
Yes.
And that's not on the new one. That's not on the 11 one.
This is not
I
showing.
kinda missed that.
This is not showing a sound meter anymore, so it's probably got something to do with my drivers.
Ain't there something? Hold on.
System sounds.
Oh.
System sounds is still muted too. You know, it kept unmuting my system sounds, driving me crazy. I was like, God damn, system sounds are unmuted. Why
Ain't
would I remember my
there a green
settings?
fader popping up and down on each volume slider? Because I just opened it up and I have that, but that's not on the new one.
That's weird that I don't have that, and you do.
I can show you if you want to see.
No, I believe you. I know what it looks like. But you can pull up.
I mean, yeah. Right where you have the blue faders and where it's grayed out, that is where it pop up with a green bar.
Right. Right. To show you where the sound is coming from. It was a good thing.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
It's a smart thing, and why some re-engineer decided to do away with that. Either that or the drivers just aren't matching up correctly.
I see right now, I don't have an option to pin it anywhere at all. There's no menu or nothing I can click beside the faders.
Did you go into the did you hit Windows R and type in?
Yeah.
Oh, and you type in that thing. That's weird, and mine now doesn't have it, but it did before because I was able to pin it to the taskbar. Wait, maybe it's you pin it somewhere else. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Right click on the speaker in your taskbar. Right click on that speaker icon that you now have in your taskbar. There's a speaker in there.
Yeah.
And then click
that's
pin.
always been there.
Well, click pin to taskbar.
I always have that, and when I click on the speaker, I can troubleshoot sound problems and open volume mixer and sound settings. That's always been there.
That's not the right speaker.
From day one.
It's not the right speaker.
That-
I'm on the Windows
That's the
10.
only speaker I have.
On the bottom of your taskbar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, never mind. Oh, you mean the icon?
Yes.
You mean the icon? I was over in the system tray.
I thought
Yeah,
so.
okay, I
thought
have
so.
it there. I have it there. Let's see
Okay,
that.
and now pin to taskbar. Just right click on it and then
Yeah.
click. That's how you do it, guys.
Yeah.
That's where you pin it to taskbar. It's on. You go to the icon that shows up after you pull it up, and there's a speaker that shows up in your taskbar, not in the far right, but to the left a little bit from the right side. It'll be the very last icon. It looks like a speaker. Right click on it, click pin to taskbar, and it'll always be there. And I guess I'm the only person in the world that needed that. You know what's funny is I watched a video on YouTube. The guy goes, "I'm sure you thought you were the only one that was having problems with the Windows mixer, audio mixer." He's like, "But you're not. And if you want to go back to your old Windows 10, it's easy." I was like, "Great." I love informative YouTube videos like that. I left that guy a very nice comment thanking him for that video. Really helped me out immensely. Wow, I gotta say, dude, one bong rip of my Girl Scout cookie from California from a clean bong, I'm just like, I feel like I did a dab a few minutes ago.
We should smoke it up.
I'm ready when you are.
I'm letting it pack.
I'm trying to remember which bong I smoked out of this one. This is the bong I smoked out of. This little one right here. I mean, I love that old mixer. It's just meat and potatoes. Every mixer has the name. Every fader's there. Everything's got a mute on it. It remembers the settings for me, you know, and it goes horizontal like a regular audio mixing console that you use in a recording studio. This fucking vertical bullshit. Some
Yeah,
asshole,
I don't like that either.
some fucking idiot, you know. Oh, that, I'm gonna do it like that. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be different. For no reason at all.
All right, I'm packed.
No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, Cyber. Cheers, everybody in the chats. That's Randy and Tony. And that's it. 2 people. All right, out of it says 20 people watching, but 22 people watching. Cheers to both of you.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody. See more cannabis is on YouTube, though.
Yeah,
Also watching.
yeah, Seymour and Token Tony Z. I see them both.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's Josh G. Cheers.
And Josh G. On Kick.
Warm tidal wave.
What? Where's Robin Tidal Wave?
That's yours, right?
Matt G?
His gamer name.
No, that's...
Oh, Matt.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm mixing those two up. Sorry, my bad. I always
Brown.
confuse Matt and Josh for
Cheers.
some reason.
Interesting. Nick Brown. I'm
Hey,
smoking
Nick.
that Girl Scout cookie flower from California. Getting all high. Don't wanna annoy ya. Wow. I rhymed California with don't wanna annoy ya because I'm awesome. Quite the lyricist, yes. And the coffee spiller, as I put my coffee here where it doesn't belong. That's where I put it last time when I had my little fiasco. My little spills. My page is all dried up here. It's survived. No more yelling, save your voice. Has a nice coffee stain on the bottom of it. Yes, indeed. You guys, if you stay till around 5 o'clock, that's an hour and a half with me. I promise you the heaviest fucking rain you've ever seen on this show. You thought earlier was heavy? What we got coming I'm assuming that's a jet flying by. Not rolling thunder. I don't think it's going to start just yet, but here in a few minutes, man, we're going to kick it up a notch.
It's Josh G. Would this be Lee?
Not at all. Lee is nowhere near us right now. This has nothing to do with Lee. Lee's not even drawing precipitation across America. You know, it's not close enough to be doing that. That might happen when it gets close, but not right now. And I'm telling you, man.
Nick Brown. Florida weather is bipolar. It's Josh G. I was gonna say dang, that thing moved fast, lol.
When that thing frickin' stalls, that's when we have to just wait and see what the hell it's going to be on Saturday. And that thing's just going to sit in one place. And it's going to bounce
Nick
around
Brown.
like a pinball.
1 minute it's sunny and clear. Next it's a tornado warning.
And after that, their computer models will know exactly what the fuck is up. Right now, everything is calling for it to turn north and not be a problem. We could check the latest, see if anything has changed. Hurricane. Florida abortion rights at stake. Disney narrows DeSantis' U.S. lawsuit to focus on free speech. Interesting. Disney has a right to speech. DeSantis punished them for speaking out against his "don't say gay" quote-unquote bill, which was supposed to only go up to the 3rd grade, and it went all the way up to high school to the seniors. Like lightning.
I must admit, I'm not a fan of Disney at all.
Oh, you should be. Disney's great.
I was as a kid, you know, but after I found out how fucking greedy they are with their fucking greasy fucking hands and all fucking kind of French fries to fucking ruin with all kind of strong women bullshit, you know, it's fucking annoying, man. They run fucking Star Wars into the ground. No one cares about Star Wars no more because of fucking Disney.
I love that you went to Star Wars, bro. That's the best. Dude, fuck Disney. What Disney did to fucking Star Wars, I'm never fucking forgiving them for. Fuck them. I agree with you. What the fuck is a Mandalorian anyway?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. No, I don't know. Is it Baby Yoda or is it Boba Fett?
Yeah, it is a baby. Yeah, the Mandalorians is the race of Yodas, if I'm correct. I only saw the first season.
I didn't know there was a whole race of Yodas. That's funny. So Disney made that up? So that's all bullshit?
Yeah, and
so that shit didn't
I think that actually is in the law. Don't quote me on that.
Well, that shit's just fiction. The original Star Wars is true, but this shit's bullshit fiction. Fuck that shit.
It is, but even that, the first season was actually kind of good, and the bounty hunter, I don't remember his name, an actor who had actually the main role, they fucking drove him away. They fucking drove him away, like they did with fucking everything else they fucking do, you know. I don't get it, man. Why do they need to fucking change fucking narratives and roles and shit to fit into current day politics? I mean, we're watching Star Wars and playing video games to fucking escape from the current day fucking bullshit, what's right and wrong, what's politically correct and all that shit. Then you boot up a game and the first thing you get is fucking your fucking pronouns. I mean, I'm not kidding you, dude. When I booted up Baldur's Gate, New Gate, there was fucking pronouns in it. I'm sitting and playing Starfield right now, pronouns in it.
Oh, you're playing
Starfield,
you, bro? You're playing the new game.
Yeah.
Oh, you should put that up on Discord so we can all watch it.
I can do that. It's lagging like shit for me though, but I can.
Oh,
but it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I know it's not a big deal with that pronouns, but when it gets shut down your throat, every fucking boot up a game, pronouns. Watch a movie, pronouns. Go online, pronouns. It's getting fucking annoying.
Cyber.
Yeah?
Weather girl.
Yeah. Oh, she's cool. I would like her pronouns though. God damn. She is hot. Holy fuck. Small and cute. Some big ass hails, man.
I think we're gonna watch this channel for a bit. We'll see what she has to say about. We'll see what she has to say about the hurricane.
Some dark clouds edging on in. That's a nice look from here. You can see the winds on the flag kind of gusting out just a little bit, but the severe thunderstorms, they're going to be rocking and rolling for the
nice
next 7 hours
faders.
until essentially
It's the first time I used it.
begin to set, and then the power starts to lose some of its energy. But here you go. We've got those severe thunderstorm watches in effect, and it includes a good chunk of West Virginia, most of Maryland, all of Delaware. You can see through New Jersey.
I've got it set so that when Cyber talks, it lowers everything 10%. So he'll lower this 10% when he starts to talk. It's pretty cool.
I got the power.
I got the power.
Even though you're going to see some showers and thunderstorms immediately off towards your west. Look at the radar picture.
What's really cool is
It's
when
a glow
Cyber
of
talks,
activity,
you see
and it
all
really
my
has to
faders
slow
drop
down.
down,
It was
and then they all
beginning
go back
stages
up
of a sea breeze
while
across
he's
the Jersey
talking.
Shore. Now it's not just moving up to the north, but it's also drifting over
show you
towards
guys.
the
It's pretty
west.
cool.
So now it's taking in areas by Trenton, New Jersey, getting into
Pretty.
Edison.
I
and going
dropped
up to
the
north a bit farther,
faders.
just outside
Pretty
NYC.
cool.
New York City Metro did not take a direct hit, even though Staten Island did get a good shot of it right here. Look at the pink shaded regions. We're talking about hail makers within that little zone. One out there getting into Morris County too. Those are the areas you're going to
I
see
dropped the
heavies, downpours,
faders.
and some frequent lightning popping out of this stuff too. Get up north just a little bit farther, north of Boston. Looks like everything has moved on out and zipped out of Boston itself.
That's fucking
Now
cool.
it's New
It
Hampshire
is
right on
cool.
the coastline. A couple of things around the Berkshires. You can see it firing up here by Gill. Get to north just a little bit farther. You guys are, for the moment, dry in Maine, but you're about to see this thunderstorm rock and roll right across the coastline towards Portland. So we're watching that. Let me give you timing on all this, because later on, sun's obviously going to set. When that happens, most of the power is going to be taken away from these storms. They begin to collapse. So you see a lull in the activity starting after dusk tonight and then through the overnight hours. But then guess what? That cold front of boundary is going to be draped right across the region in the same spot as what we're seeing today. So it's essentially turning into a stationary front. And that means the atmosphere is going to reload. We've got plenty of juice in the
Cyber reloaded.
atmosphere. The dew points are sky high. You're talking about mid-70s for this time of year is high. That's for New York, Philadelphia, down through D.C., and you can see how much rain we're going to tap into. Once these storms develop, taps into all the
Tap
moisture.
into some
and
rain.
take a look
We're
at all that
tapping
rain
into
that's
some
about
weather,
to fall
folks.
across the
Tap.
Appalachians
Jake
into western
Tapper here,
Pennsylvania, eastern
talking
PA,
about we're
Poconos,
tapping
the
into some
Catskills,
weather.
into northern Maine. That's
Jake
10
Tapper.
inches of rain in the next essentially 36 hours. So we are not done by any stretch.
Yeah, not at all, Bob. But this is great to see, because when we consider the latest
I know
drought
it's
monitor
great
that
to
we
see,
received
too.
yesterday, Bob.
Yep.
Come
this
talk
is
to
like
us.
Northern Virginia, also into Maryland. We're really dry, so it's a welcome sight to see. And also, look at that, Chicago.
It just
we're
happens to be called
overcast, we're
Fox
gloomy,
News.
But hey, temperatures are quite a bit better as well. We're in the upper 60s, and when
Is
you
that what
consider,
you're looking at? Oh, there you
yeah,
go.
when you consider just how hot we've been so far, the
Yeah.
past few days and also weeks. I
Nick
mean,
Brown.
gosh, to see the upper 60s.
Stay away from my women,
Folks
Bob.
are just
Right?
just
My bad,
rejoicing
Nick.
because
That's
of how
all
nice
you.
it
The
is
ridge
now.
is finally
That's
breaking
all
down
you,
now.
bro.
It's moving out to the west, which
Right.
is encompassing more people, but at
Yep.
least for the
I got
Great
my
Lakes and the
baby
upper
girl.
Midwest, like you're saying, nice.
Yeah, so nice. And so want to talk about the heat, because obviously that's been kind of the main weather headline all summer long. Yesterday alone, look at that number, 46 new records were set. And so you can see from Texas all the way
Look how
up to
tiny
the
she
north,
is compared to
New York,
that
and
man.
into portions of New England. I mean,
Yeah.
gosh, we
Holy
just have been setting records
shit,
left and right.
dude.
Smashing
And
them.
he's
So the
5'4".
record high today in Dallas was 100.
Yeah.
Today,
Oh, really?
No,
No,
not-
no,
Take
no,
a
no.
baseball bat.
No, no,
no.
Absolutely.
It would be smaller than usual.
Obviously, it is sparking those showers and thunderstorms as we speak, but it is bringing on the backside that much needed relief.
And she
So
got
those
high
temperatures
heels
dropping
on.
out into the mid-70s.
Oh, God, yeah.
Can't
Morning
beat that.
lows, too. I mean, we're
Holy
finally feeling a
moly.
little bit like fall. Syracuse on Sunday, 74 degrees.
Yeah.
Great.
But then we have to talk about the fact that, again, if you live closer to the coastline, it is...
Dude, I haven't heard anything they've said yet about the weather. Actually, it's so funny. I'm gonna try to.
Fuck the weather.
I'm gonna just try to listen.
This next weather maker that will be diving southward, and that will also be bringing in another shot of cooler air. And Bob, this could potentially be some of the coolest air that we've seen so far
Yeah,
this year.
that's what we're watching. So the showers, the thunderstorms, they're going to be big time, but the good news is they're going to be channeled down to the south at least over the next few days. We need rain, we need thunderstorms, but I'll tell you what, we
Look at
don't
my
need the
cat.
severity, that's for sure. All right, it's been an active hurricane season, especially in recent weeks. With advanced technology, we're able to get a unique perspective from inside the storm. Fox Weather's Nick Koser is here. Good to see you. You've got some incredible videos, man.
Sure do. Good to see you too as well, buddy. The Hurricane Hunters, they're giving us a front row seat to the monstrous Hurricane Lee. Last night, they flew into Lee's eye wall during its rapid intensification, and they captured this dramatic video where you can see the hurricane's eye amid the flashes of lightning, and it's just one right after another, Bob. It doesn't stop there, as you could imagine. That's an impressively huge, powerful hurricane, and it's got a whole lot of electricity in there.
When you see the nonstop strobe effect like that, and look at the curvature of the eye itself, isn't that amazing?
That stadium
it's like they're watching a
type
fucking
of
porn,
structure there.
you know?
Some of the bottles are actually showing this.
They get all excited. It's like they got hard-ons watching this shit. I hate weathermen talking about hurricanes.
I know. Theoretically, that's as strong, that's as powerful as an Atlantic
Top
hurricane
end, no
could
doubt.
get. So this thing is, you know, when you take the scariness factor away from it and
It's
you just kind of
gorgeous.
gawk at the science
It's
behind
gorgeous.
it, it is.
They're gawking at
unbelievable.
When you read
science
what their
behind
description
it.
is when they're flying through the eye, they usually describe it. When they describe it,
Fly through the
fishbowl
eye.
effect, illuminated
Dude,
by
there's so
lightning,
many-
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Look at
is
that
amazing.
hole. Look at that eye
That's the visual
hole.
that they're seeing there. Brave people too.
Oh, no doubt.
I don't know if I would volunteer.
Give me a
for that.
couple of bags to fly
As
through
that
thing, I
storm
might think about
penetrates
it.
the
No doubt.
coast.
All right, moving along here is a clip from
With
one of
strong
NOAA's
thrusts.
sail drones. They've got an inside look at
Thrusts of
Idalia.
wind
These
and
uncrewed
gusts.
sail drones are deployed in the beginning of hurricane season in areas where tropical cyclones usually travel. Their goal is to collect observations. This particular sail drone withstood 30-foot waves and sustained tropical storm force winds for more
Dude, look
than
at
9
this thing.
hours. A 30-foot wave is a 3-story building, essentially, of water. So these
And
things
because
are
of that, we're
built to
able to
last.
see
Thank
what a
goodness they're
hurricane
uncrewed,
looks
right?
like
I would not want to be in there.
when you're in the
You're gonna need
ocean.
the bag.
Yeah, I
Maybe
know.
for the
I think
first
it's
time.
crazy, but yeah, we were looking at the buoys data, remember? And
Yeah.
31-foot waves. Now, what does that look like inside of it?
Yeah.
The drone stuff is fantastic.
Absolutely. So, yeah, if you remember a couple years ago when
Wow.
sail drones started,
Yeah.
I think they got one of their sail drones right in the middle of Category 4 Hurricane Sam.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
we're starting to finally get a look of what it truly is to be in the middle of the hurricane, in the middle of the ocean.
That's funny. I
It's
just
hard to
said
see.
that,
You can't
man.
really
That is so
differentiate
funny.
Between the sea surface
That's
and
why
the
you
air
watch
because
me, guys.
right? It's not really wind drops. It's
Because I'm like a I'm like a paid weatherman.
raindrops that are just pieces of it flying.
But we're
Yeah,
smoking
everything's gray,
cannabis.
blue, very scary
We're hanging
stuff.
out with
Crazy
Cyber,
stuff.
playing
Yeah, that's
video
great stuff, man.
games,
Appreciate it. Come back and see us. 'cause
talking
that's
some
awesome.
smack.
Good.
All right, well, one of the biggest games in college football all goes down tomorrow.
Yeah, nobody
on
cares about
Fox.
that.
The Colorado Buffaloes fresh off their
Nobody cares about that. Why don't you just show the weather lady again? We don't need to hear what's being said. She's a horse jockey, says Tony. Fox Weather. It's a commercial. You're welcome. I'm all over it, folks. Look at my cat.
Aw.
Harles, what are you doing? Like I turns around and looks at me. What are you doing, buddy? Dude, you're not gonna knock my bong over, are you? Dude, he was right next to my bubbler. It's funny.
Oh man, that was close.
I know, dude. He was probably like, move this thing so I can jump out of here, man. I want to knock your shit over. Move your shit, biatch. Ugh. It's a fucking category 5. 108, they said 180 mile an hour winds? Was that what they said? 185, some crazy shit. I mean, tornado winds have got to be way fucking faster than that. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. How fast are the winds of a tornado?
Here is information from National Weather Service.
Dave Fishing.
2 over 200.
What's up?
That's an F3 tornado is 200. Holy shit, what's an F5, bro? Oh, 318 miles an hour. Tornado. Fucking 300-mile-an-hour winds in a tornado. Dude, that would rip the skin off your fucking skull. Whack! Can you imagine that? We're back. Tracking Lee. Here we go.
And major Category 4 Hurricane Lee is showing spectacular strength in the Atlantic. Hurricane Lee with their explosive intensification to rapidly reach Category 5 strength last night before losing some of its power today. So let's talk about where
It's
we
down to a
currently
4.
stand. We are just 2 days away from that climatological peak in our Atlantic hurricane season, and so the fact that we've got a major hurricane on our hands, it's impressive. Notice, you can see here's Lee right here tracking
Shit, I'm sorry, guys.
just to the northwest of kind of the Lesser Antilles and eventually Puerto Rico and Hispaniola. But then we've also got Tropical Storm Margot right on its heels. Does not pose any threat to land, so that's the good news. But Lee, however, Lee's definitely the one that's drawing a lot of attention, and rightfully so. The latest advisory as of 11 a.m., and note that we are waiting for that next advisory from the National Hurricane Center to come in, and that will be coming in at about 5 o'clock.
So I was talking to my
Sustained
girlfriend
winds have dropped down to
about these
155
hairstyles.
miles per hour, moving
I'm
to
like,
west
everybody's like
northwest at
Farrah
13
Fawcett
miles
because
per
my
hour,
girlfriend,
and that
she's a
central pressure
hairstylist.
is at 942 millibars.
And I'm like,
Now, on infrared
all these
satellite,
women
totally
have got
impressive
like
to
this
look
Farrah
at, as you
Fawcett
can
shit
see.
going on.
And this kind of clear defined eye, so this is a loop, and notice
She's like, yeah, they're bringing that back, that 70s Farrah Fawcett, Charlie's Angels look. And you'll notice all the women are doing it now. She's doing it right there with her hair.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
cloud tops indicates just
It's fucking hot. But I asked my girlfriend,
It is.
I'm like, how do they do that? And she's like, with a curling iron, you just fucking hold it right there and do this and that. And I was like, that's all it takes. And you're going to see all these women doing that now.
and forth between that Category 4 and Category
Like when
5.
the
See,
long
I could
eyelash.
do that.
See what happens, but we know that the overall conditions they
You'd
are
be like,
conducive. So you can see
yeah.
eventually
like,
what will occur is we've got some more hot.
There's some guitar player, bro, on YouTube. I've seen that had his hair like that. It's fucking hilarious.
Kind of a general consensus. So no, remember, this is where we've
See,
got
it's all
this
going
storm is
right.
likely to track the area of low pressure.
The track is all
Potentially,
going
you can
right,
see
man.
this is by
That's
this
what I
time
want to
next
see.
week, so next weekend, Saturday, September 16th. That's when we are potentially going to be dealing with some impacts. Right
And
along
what's
the East
coming
Coast
behind
next
it, and
weekend,
what's the
one
track
most
of the one
likely is some
behind it?
Large swells and also dangerous surf and current risk.
It's a good graphic.
Hurricane Lee has strengthened quickly over the last 36 hours, but not quite to the degree that some are saying. With severe hurricanes like this, there's always a risk of misinformation spreading. Earlier on Weather Command, Amy Free, Stephen Morgan,
Yeah, I
and
said
Jason
it was a
Frazier
Category 5 earlier.
took
It's
a look
down
at
to a
some
4.
of this misinformation and outright BS and laid down the facts.
I heard it was like 185 mile an hour winds. Category
The
5.
future track of Lee remains uncertain, especially for early next week. And so that creates an open door for misinformation, a place where we could gain traction more with ideas rather
Category
than
6
science-based
hurricane.
data.
Did you see that?
It's happening on social media right now, from posts calling for a Category 6 hurricane to projections of a hurricane making landfall, or even the promise that this storm will miss land altogether. Maybe you've caught some.
You can go back on my channel, and I literally told you that with climate change, we will have Category 6 storms, and we will have multiple tornadoes all hitting at the same time in the same place. We'll have hurricanes fucking joining each other and fucking hitting. We talked about this a long time ago.
Fiction.
Just from
Let's dive
the
in.
planet getting
first,
warmer.
The problem with a lot of these things that are emerging is that they
It's
are
Josh
based
G.
on scenarios.
I
which
remember you
don't
saying that.
In
have
California,
much
thank you,
skill.
buddy.
Models going out as far as the
Dave
projections
Fishing.
were shown according
Like
to
the
the
movie
headline
Day After
there
Tomorrow.
on that particular news item, was taking us into an area where there's not much skill in the models.
Can I just call it clickbait? I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, clickbait. There is no one on this earth that knows what is going to happen this time next week for sure. There's no one here because the data is still all over the place. We saw that during our last block where we talked about how all of the model consensus is only over the next 3 days. I mean, this is why the cone is always the biggest at the end of these storms here. So, I mean, you know, for the Daily Mail,
Dude, he's scaring the shit out of me right now.
I don't know who they were talking to, but when I saw this, I was like, really, guys? No.
Well, they're probably taking the projections on the models all the way out and show one of those skinny lines.
It's Josh
hit
G.
the coast, and so that's probably
He's very
where
confident that they're not confident.
And now I'm very scared.
This week we're looking at the Category 6 forecast.
Right.
The issue there is
there is no Category 6.
I think it boils down, and we've talked about it a lot too, is the communication. Whenever we're showing
157
these
plus,
ensembles, or
and
we
this
talk
thing
about
already hit
forecast
180.
models, we need to be careful in how they're communicated because
but it
when
died
you look
back
at
down.
ensembles, you're always focusing on a consensus. Where is this generally trending and expressing the
up to
uncertainty that we have?
156 miles
A
an hour.
Cat 6 hurricane, for example, we've got the categories up there. There is not a Category 6, and when you look at the Saffir-Simpson scale, which has stood the test of time since the early 70s, it is excellent at.
Well, we could just calculate what a Category 6 would be by looking at that scale. It would be very easy to do. This is the kind of question you get asked at an IQ test. So you calculate the difference between each set of numbers, and then you apply that to your last number, right? Okay, so what's the difference between 75 and 95? 20, right? There's 20 points in between. Okay, great. What's the difference? And you go up to Category 2. What's the difference between 96 and 110? It would be 10. So it's less. So it's getting less, right? So so it would be 96, 106. So it's 14. So the first one was 20. Second one is 14 miles an hour in between. Let's go to the next one. 111 and 129. Let's see. On a Category 3. So this is kind of weird because this one got a little wider, I think. So it went from 111, 122 would be 10 plus 7 was the 17 points in between?
It's Josh G.
Is that 17?
That would make too much sense for the public,
17.
so weathermen gotta funk it up.
And then the next one's going to be easy because Category 4 is between 130 and 156. So that's 30, 40, 50. So that's 26 as we got up to Category 4. So the numbers started getting more and more. So we would just say, let's say it said 30, 40, 50, 150, this is 26. So let's just say 30. So it would be, so from 157 to the end of Category 5 would be you add 30 points to 157. It's that simple. So this is 160, it would be 190. So 190 miles an hour. Somewhere around 190 miles an hour would be Category 6. That's simple, dude. You know, and just because no one ever wrote it down before doesn't mean we couldn't figure it out easily by just looking at the scale that exists already. That's just doing this. Just a simple bullshit, dude. It gives you a rough estimate. And if it's not 190, well, cool. Maybe it's exponential. Maybe it's 210. Whatever. It's somewhere up there. And that's where you would start it. And then that would be like
Bonsai House.
Like a 40
What's up?
Or 45, mile an hour difference. Maybe even 50 mile an hour difference between that. So let's say we went with, what did I say it was going to be? Let's just give it a round figure and say 200 mile an hour winds, and then say that the end of Category 6 would be 250. And if it hit 251, that'd be Category 7. Duh! That's easy. We're going to have those. I mean, if we've already got tornadoes that are going 300 mile an hour, then it's feasible that hurricanes are going to be able to reach crazier speeds with a warmed up, energized environment. Billy, what's up, buddy? What do you think about all that? Let's keep going. I'm sorry, I paused the live feed there.
Describing the type
but
of
we'll be able to fast forward through the commercials when the commercials come up.
Well, it's going to be a busy Saturday in the world of college football. Week 2 is jam-packed with everything from top storylines to marquee interconference matchups. But all eyes will certainly be on Colorado.
We can skip all this.
Tuition from my son. They've got the hardest schedule.
And we can
football. Do you think
we can mute this? But I like the cowboy hat theme. Okay, that works for me. I'm digging this cowboy hat theme, just saying. Yeehaw.
Yeah, it's just fucking cute, man.
You can dress her up and take her out and bring her
Shirley
home
and
wet.
Christopher. Enjoy, guys.
Throw her in the barn. Woohoo! Shirley and Christopher's enjoy, guys. We're waiting for more of her hurricane reporting. God bless America. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about.
Rapidly intensify, peaking out at a Category 5 hurricane, which did continue into today, but
Dude,
then we saw it lose a little bit of its
look at
steam,
this.
so that
Look at
11
this
a.m.
imagery,
advisory
guys.
From the National Hurricane Center showed that Lee kind of lost a little bit of its power, and we know that again it's going to continue to teeter back and forth, lost a lot of power, but it could potentially increase to a Category 5 again.
Dude, it is almost like a freaking tornado in the middle.
And this is one is rapidly developing, like we were saying. If you look at this right here, I mean, you don't want to see it, but that is meteorology. That is beautiful. It looks like a giant.
So that's over a period of.
Yes, you said that earlier.
And when it looks like that, you know it's gaining power, right?
That's a period over a period of 6 hours.
If you giant toilet flush, then you've got a powerful storm.
You know you got a problem.
And again, we're only laughing right now just because of the fact that it does not pose a threat to land. Thankfully, so we did think earlier in the week the Caribbean islands potentially could have some impacts. It's looking obviously that it's going to be just curving to the northwest.
That was.
Yes.
Unreal, but it is encountering a little bit of shear. So remember, it topped out at 165. Now down to 155, but still, don't let that fool you.
Right.
That's only 10 miles per hour slower.
But we saw that explosive intensification, we call this rapid intensification, occur. And so for rapid intensification to officially occur, we have to have an increase in sustained winds by 35 miles per hour or more in just 24 hours, which is what we saw.
And we were worried this was going to happen if we saw any kind of storm in that vicinity because the ocean surface temperatures were just smoking hot.
Yeah.
I mean, hot for this time of year.
Subscribers only mode.
And now we've got something that's stirring it.
Bonsai House.
Exactly. And so we'll continue
That whole chart is
this
kindergarten.
over really the next
The
few
wind
days. So make
categories
sure
are so
everyone
dumb.
stays here on Fox Weather,
Some.
and we'll bring you
Strong.
the very latest. But that is
Damaging.
going to do it for us on this hour of
Catastrophic.
Fox Weather Now.
Apocalyptic.
Don't go anywhere. Much
Super
more
duper
is ahead.
catastrophic apocalyptic and super 8s.
Hey, I'm Nay, and I'm here to stay. I like this garden of mine. I got avocados, bananas, and oranges, and tangerines. Hey, look at me smoking cannabis on my podcast 3 times a day. I got Cyber Reload, he's got games he likes to play. Yeah, listen to my music, it's very, 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 very fun. I can sit here and do this shit all day.
Let's smoke.
That shit rocks. I'm gonna grab my guitar and rock fucking a solo over that shit. That's a great fucking
It's Josh G.
backing track.
Umfeo.
It is a great fucking backing track. Okay, so I'm ready.
All right, I'm back. I'm
Cheers,
ready.
cheers, Cyber. Cheers, Josh G, Billy, Shirley Ann, Christopher. Not telling, hey, not telling, Token Tony Z. It's Josh G. Cheers. No longer.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody.
Hoot in hell. Cheers, guys.
Hey. I just happen to have my guitar right here. Alright, let's use that thing as a backing track and shred some licks over it. Let's see, how far back can we go? What does it say? Oh yeah, it does say right there. We can go back a little bit.
Dave Fishing. Cheers, good rib.
it topped out at 165. Now we're down to 155, but still, don't let that fool you.
Right.
That's only 10 miles per hour slower.
But we saw that explosive intensification, we call this rapid intensification, occur. And so for rapid intensification to officially occur, we have to have an increase in sustained winds by 35 miles per hour or more in just 24 hours, which is what we saw.
And we were worried this was going to happen if we saw any kind of storm in that vicinity because the ocean surface temperatures were just smoking hot. I mean, hot for this time of year, hot since July, and now we've got something that's stirring it up.
Yeah, exactly. And so we'll continue monitoring this over really the next few days. So make sure, as always, to keep it here on Fox Weather. We'll bring you the very latest. But that is going to do it for us on this hour of Fox Weather Now. Don't go anywhere. Much more is still ahead.
Christopher Floor. Really harmonizing nicely the broadcast weather intro.
Fun, dude.
Right now on Fox Weather since July.
Shredding some fucking tasty licks.
Yeah, exactly. And so we'll continue monitoring this over really the next few days. So make sure, as always, to keep it here on Fox Weather. We'll bring you the very latest. But that is going to do it for us on this hour of Fox Weather Now. Don't go anywhere. Much more is still ahead.
Right now on Fox Weather Now, Hurricane Lee maintaining its Category 4 strength in the Atlantic. The monster storm is packing ferocious 155-mile-per-hour sustained winds just in the Atlantic Ocean. Though it's still early to tell exactly where it's going to make landfall or if it even does.
I like having a backing band.
To remain a powerful hurricane through early next week. One thing that is certain for sure, dangerous surf and life-threatening rip currents are going to be expected later today and tonight to Puerto Rico, Turks and Caicos, and the Bahamas. All on the alert this weekend, and even the southeast coast. We're breaking it all down.
Yeah, and Bob, back stateside, over 50 million people in the Northeast once again facing the threat for severe weather today. And this round of storms comes on the heels of strong storms that plowed through the region on Thursday, leaving hundreds of thousands without power.
Dave Fishing.
Major cities like Washington,
Rainy ass
D.C.,
day in FL.
Philadelphia, and New York are all in the threat zone. Damaging 60-mile-per-hour winds, hail, and even flash flooding, all possible. And we're timing it all out right now on Fox Weather Now.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for watching weather right now. It's 4 o'clock in the east, and it's 1 o'clock out west. On Bob Van Diller.
And I'm Kendall Smith, and this is Fox Weather Now, and we've got you covered on this Friday, September 8th, because all eyes are on the tropics as Major Hurricane Lee is turning in the Atlantic.
Yeah, if you can see it right now, you can see it looks pretty ferocious right there.
It does.
Put that red shading on there, makes it look even worse.
A monster of a storm.
Category 4 was a 5, now it's down just a hair, but still, don't let that fool you. It's still an extremely powerful storm. Earlier, we spoke with Fox hurricane specialist Brian Norcross for his analysis on Hurricane Lee.
Well, we've got a system that is in a little bit of a transition, but it's still an extremely powerful hurricane. And the main thing is it is forecast to be an extremely powerful hurricane for the foreseeable future. We forecast these things definitively 5 days out, and it's super strong all the way through those 5 days. And it doesn't get too far from the islands, but thankfully it's not heading into the islands. So, as you probably saw by now, it weakened some down to a Category 4, still 155 miles per hour at the last estimate at 11 a.m., moving west-northwest 13, and the pressure up to 942 millibars. So, what happened that took it from Category 5 early today down to Category 4? Well, we've been talking about the atmosphere ahead of it being kind of pristine. That pristine kind of batch of atmosphere is actually a little bit down to the south right now. It's more like this. It's kind of a bubble of very conducive atmosphere. So it's not right in the middle of it. So we're getting some kind of wind kind of over the top of the system that's disrupting the circulation just a little bit. When we go close up here, you can kind of see it in the clouds. Look over in here. See those clouds and those thunderstorms there all kind of blowing off in that direction? What that's telling you is that the low-level clouds, you see them moving down that way, and then the upper-level clouds are moving the other way. So some of that happens in a hurricane, but this, it turns out, this flow is actually coming over the center a bit, and that's why it's weakened a little bit. But super strong hurricanes do this, trying to predict plus or minus 10% on how strong a storm is going to be. That's about the best we can do, and sometimes not even that, because it's a very precarious balance that keeps the storm spinning around at Category 5 strength. So right now it's Category 4. Here's the thinking from the National Hurricane Center, maintaining Category 4 strength all the way through the next 5 days. It turns out when you look at that, I talked about this kind of very conducive bubble of atmosphere. It actually, depending on the computer model you look at, for instance, on the GFS model, it brings that over top of the circulation over the weekend. So it is possible that it will re-strengthen into a Category 5, plus or minus. We'll just have to see. But in any case, it continues to be a super strong storm, and it looks like it will pick up in speed a bit as it gets out here into the middle of next week. The question is, how close is it to the Bahamas, and whether folks in the southeastern Bahamas, for example, need to pay attention to not just
very interesting, man. Everyone's got a different spin on this hurricane. Hey, it's 7:10, Cyber. How dare us?
Odds are it stays far
Hold
away.
on. I need to
About that.
pack and find a safe place.
Jane got my coffee.
We have a lot of confidence in the next 5 days.
Good.
In general,
Megzer.
where is going to go. There you see, right down the middle of the cone. This
Dave
is like
Fishing.
really rare.
Bill
that
Pack.
all of the computer forecasts really agree. This is very high as well because all these lines are just about all right in the cone, and certainly the consensus of them is in the cone. But you see, we start about the middle of next week to get some diversity in the possibilities for where the center of the storm will be. For example, is it going to go
Meggs and
slower
Williams.
and end up here?
Hashtag cheers.
Working
Working on a porch and got my dab ready.
Just right in the center of the cone. The point is, we have different possibilities, and on Wednesday is about the time.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, Cyber
Philly Bob
cheers.
Thornton.
To the north.
So
Cheers,
basically,
bro.
another
Cheers,
5
everybody.
days and they
Cheers.
will know where it's going.
That's what I have to do with where it ends up further on, and we'll look at that in more detail in just a second. But in terms of the islands, there you see the size of the strong winds there in the reds and to some degree in the purples, and you see they're well offshore of the islands, the reds, and so there's confidence that that's going to happen as the storm moves in this general direction. All right, so let's go back now. Let's go further.
Cheers all.
A lot of talk today. We've been talking about it on Fox Weather, about the headlines, about big storms hitting New York City or Boston or whatever. That's a super low odds possibility of something directly affecting Boston. You see all these possibilities. The one or the couple that come here toward New England, that's it. The consensus is that the center stays offshore, although Atlantic Canada, that's a different question. But notice that timing is really important here. There are solutions, and a whole cluster of them, that pull the storm back. This is next Sunday. This is a week from Sunday, 9 days from now. They hold the storm back and kind of stall it offshore. Others take it on by. In all cases,
What's this game called again, Cyber?
Ocean is going to be extremely dangerous.
Starfield.
Maybe even destructive
Starfield.
up and down the coast. Here we are with the highest waves, and think of this
Looks
as
like a
the
first-person
energy
shooter.
in the ocean. And,
Yeah, it's both first person and third person. I can switch between that
southeast.
on the fly.
Thursday, migrating up the coast, including New Jersey, New York, all up to New England, and then all New England late in the week. So that's the timing for the peak of it. But it's going to be an all-week thing all along the coast with elevated water, strong spells, probably beach erosion. This could be a dangerous weekend or week coming up right at the coast. Guys?
We're almost at the peak hurricane season, so not only we've been watching that, but there's another one out there, Margot.
Yep, Tropical Storm Margot. And so we've got a lot of activity going on. We've got 2 days until that climatological peak, which is going to occur on Sunday, so September 10th. But look at what we've already done so far. We've already had 14 named storms so far during the 2023 season, and that's typically what we see for the entire season as a whole. So just put that into perspective. Hurricanes, we've had 4 so far, and 3 major hurricanes. So the trend that we're on, not a good one. Let's talk about Tropical Storm Margot, though, briefly, because thankfully Tropical Storm Margot doesn't pose any threat to land, and it's going to stay that way, which is good. You can see here's the Cabo Verde Islands. It's located about 500 miles just to the northwest of there, moving in that kind of west-northwesterly trajectory, about 17 miles per hour. It's going to continue doing that, eventually turning more northerly by the middle part of next week. But we've also got sustained winds at about 40 miles per hour. We are waiting on that next advisory from the National Hurricane Center. So local time right now, it's 4:07 Eastern, and we are waiting on that next advisory to be coming in about 50 minutes or so. But we're not anticipating a lot of major changes. We know that Margot is expected to strengthen into that hurricane strength by about Sunday. So 70 to 75, even 80 mile per hour winds as we wrap up the weekend and head into the work week. And then it's going to begin its more northerly jog. So it is going to encounter some more hostile upper level winds, and that's eventually when we'll start to see Margot kind of dissipate at that point. But now let's talk about what else is happening. So we've got these tropical waves that are merging off the coast of Africa, and this time of the year, this is when we have to watch the main development region very, very closely. So this right here, you just had a big box, that's the MDR, and that's where the conditions are very favorable for that development. So we've got very warm sea surface temperatures, and also, at least what we've been watching, kind of a little bit of a change back and forth with the upper level wind. So we're dealing with a little bit more kind of vertical wind shear. That's not conducive for that development, at least with this particular tropical wave. But when we had Lee work its way through the region, it was very conducive. We had low wind shear. So again, that's kind of one of aspects that we're watching very closely this time of year as well. Now, September typically is our busiest month out of the year, and so no surprise where we've got a lot of activity in this zone. So we'll continue to keep our eyes on it because we've still got 60% of activity still remaining. Bob.
Check it out, new video out of Brooklyn, New York. This is from our weather segment producer, Alex Hall. He took those storms as pictures as he moved on through the city just a couple minutes ago. Look at that. A lot of rain out of that. You can clearly see that, but man, some lightning popping out too. Severe thunderstorm warnings, we've got that all around the region. We've also got a brand new severe thunderstorm watch, which includes NYC. And you can see the way it looks right now. That's South Nyack, New York. You can see the picture here. Wet roads. And here we are getting close to rush hour on a Friday. The timing couldn't be any worse, but it is still summertime, so we always see these things pop up, especially when there's a cold front of boundary. But I want to show you the way it looks because we do have that watch in effect, and it includes 12 states essentially that are either on or just to the east of that cold front of boundary where it's real humid on the one side right here and real dry on the other side and a little bit cooler. So the frontal boundary, you see the severe thunderstorm watch, conditions favorable through at least 11 o'clock this evening. So zoom into the region, you see what we're looking at. 11 o'clock is a long time from now. We've got storms already firing up right here. Zero in towards New York City, and most of the action is moving north of the city into the lower Hudson Valley. What's up there? Orange County's up there. You can see right there.
I'm surprised it hasn't started raining yet.
Some of these storms are time. Westchester County, you guys are in it as well. Looking for quarter-size hail is a possibility, maybe 60-mile-per-hour winds, especially when you start seeing these regions right here that are shaded in purple. Radar picking up a lot of returns on that, which is probably not rain drop wall. It's probably a little bit of hail.
Have you got another weather system coming through to you, Nick?
In Poughkeepsie, you're going to get it too. This is much as rain has fallen just in the last, no, it says 6 hours, but essentially the last 2 to 3 hours. That red shaded area to orange is 3.5 inches of rain, 3.2 right up there.
Yeah, this storm
heavy downpours in
today.
Jersey too. Flash flood warnings in effect. Those are the areas that are flashing in green. You have one thunderstorm complex across
They're not
Jersey.
showing Florida right now for some reason.
That's outside of Philadelphia, and that's near Trenton. And that's just gradually edging up to the north. These are not moving very fast at all. So that's the reason why we're seeing so much tremendous heavy rainfall out of these, and you can see there's more to come. So far, we see some storm reports. Teterboro Airport, look at that. A 66-mile-per-hour wind gust right there. Rahway, trees down out there right around, looks like on the road near Bryant and Elm Avenue. If you know where that is, it's kind of close to the Parkway, getting around there. Power outages, this is stuff from last night. Remember, we had those massive storms roll through New York and Pennsylvania, had over 231 wind reports just yesterday alone. So we still have some power outages out there, and it looks like this is going to be the trend. Watch as thunderstorms develop, bubble up, and then kindle, they fall apart, and guess what? They refire once again tomorrow. It just reloads.
Yeah, it does reload, and we're talking
about cyber reload.
Yeah, I heard
that. Talk about where we're experiencing the heat and humidity down south, the southern plains. Gosh, Bob, I feel like a broken record. We have been talking about this each and every day so far this summer, and so many folks wondering, okay, are we ever going to see fall? Well, the answer is if you live in Texas, not for a little while longer, especially not Austin.
No, you know, and we were talking about, I was reading what Dallas was talking about, their discussion, and they're looking forward to 99 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah, they're looking forward to that.
You're looking forward to that. Your average high is 91.
I mean, our afternoon highs are running a good 10 to 25 degrees above average, and that's been pretty typical
Yeah, and it's
this summer.
Not just broken records, they're smoked records. You're talking 108 today in Dallas, and the record's 100.
Yeah, just knocking them out of the park.
That's intense.
And we've got more than 28 million people, Bob, that are under excessive heat warnings as we speak.
Look at Houston, too. 23 days in a row where you're seeing temperatures over 100. Are they going to tie that? That would be set back in 2011. We'll see.
I think there's a chance.
24 is what the record is, so we'll see.
So what does the next few days look like? Well, we know that you need some relief, right? And some locations will get it sooner than others, but we've got this area of high pressure that's going to begin its kind of shift westward. And so impacting the Four Corners region, those temperatures will really be cranking, but we'll get a little bit of a heat relief in the southeast.
So I think it's the last day we're going to see the excessive heat warnings for Dallas, for Fort Worth, down through Waco, even into Houston.
Yeah.
But then, as you were saying, the whole ridge begins to migrate over through the Four Corners.
Yeah.
Guess who gets the heat next?
Oh, yeah, the
That'd
desert
be
southwest.
Phoenix. Yeah, that area.
Not a good situation, but when we consider the fact that we've had a very strained power grid so far this week, so ERCOT really struggling, and it's important that you remember that you're just kind of laying off, backing off on the usage.
Yeah,
you know, it's not going to hurt a whole lot. Yes, we're talking about temperatures just scorching, but if your house, you typically have it right around 70, bump it up to 72, 73.
That's so hard for me to see.
I know, but it's really going to help out the overall situation.
I want you to look at that forecasted high out there on Tuesday.
This is incredible.
78 degrees.
98 tomorrow, down to 78 on Tuesday. I can already hear the cheers.
I know. The average is 91, so you can be below average in Dallas for the first time in months.
It's going to be fantastic, folks. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So as Hurricane Lee barrels northwest into the Atlantic, surfers are hoping to get a couple barrels themselves this weekend. While most people hope to ride out the storm safely inside, these guys are looking to ride the waves outside that are the ultimate thrill. Just ahead, we speak to a pro surfer in Puerto Rico about the intense swells that are on the way for that island.
Hey, there's my music. Fun for the whole family. This is Stargate.
Yeah, it's a space game where you can fly in spaceships and shit. There's over 1,000 planets, supposedly.
Why are you on this shitty ass one? Find the one with the goddamn bar, bro.
Yeah, but I need to, that robot I was talking to before, I need to revive him and find a battery to get him up and running. Well, hold on.
You're like marooned on that planet?
No. It's an old war planet. That's why it's all ruined and shit, but I have a spaceship. Hold on.
You need a planet with a disco, bro.
That's my spaceship.
Nice. Your objective, meet up with Disco Stew at the disco.
That's my female companion.
And why would you ever get anything done then with her right there?
There's an option to romance her, but I haven't had it yet.
Oh, that's hilarious. No shit. Stargate. Oh shit, who's that dude shooting at you, bro?
Yeah, it's pirates.
Boom. Boom. Killed him. What the hell?
Yeah, I was saving that one. And then that ship I just shut down, I can salvage that and get part from it.
Nice.
We can fly to Earth. There's no Earth left though.
Really?
It's all gone.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. I bet you Ed Bassmaster is still down there going, unreal.
I don't know. I don't know.
Someone's got to be on Earth going, unreal.
That's how Earth looks now. That barren wasteland. But it's pretty big. And I have only explored a very small part of what you can.
Nice.
But there supposedly should be 1,000 planets. I don't know if that's true. My name in game is Luke Cyberstalker instead of Luke Skywalker.
My mom's making spaghetti.
Well, I actually bought spaghetti today and Parmesan cheese. I need to eat that today.
Nice.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Schematics. So I just brace for a little sticker shock. No better selection on the planet.
Christopher Floor.
Yo, Christopher.
Thanks, all right, then.
Okay. I know.
Christopher Floor. Planet XYZX's minion asteroids must have bombed it all gone. Probably just for fun.
What the fuck? What should I cut into one? Oh, yes.
Battery accepted. Operational power levels restored. Analyzing. Residual damage detected. Impact shielding. Visual systems. Damage within acceptable limits. Thank you for your aid. I must resume my mission.
That's the robot.
Please step aside.
Yeah.
Step aside. Step aside. Step aside. Step aside.
Heat leeches. Energy siphoning pests. Nested as I reset from my last altercation. Good to have them gone at long last. Major Sanon will have to wait. I cannot leave my mission, although previous attempts to disarm the weapon have been unsuccessful. Additional support may allow me to complete my active mission more quickly, allowing me to leave this place. Excellent. We must disarm Unit XW-99. Designation Siren. Nearest final xenoweapon. Are you ready to proceed to the mission site?
Step aside,
Follow me.
He's all like, step aside. That was so funny. Check him out.
Mind your step. As you have no doubt witnessed, this region can be hazardous to organics. Probable threat detected.
Will that robot kill him?
Why?
Is that robot gonna kill that dude for you too?
Yeah, but
Hell yeah.
I don't know, I couldn't zoom in. I don't know.
Nice. Nice, so the robot's got guns on it and shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That the war on this planet in the future was mainly fought by robots. So he's an old remnant of the war. Where are we going, dude?
Wow, that was weird. He glitched out for a second.
Wow, that's a big ass robot.
Holy shit.
But there is a complication. Unit 99 is on the other side of that reach, but it appears to be under the control of hostile forces. Sensors suggest Ecliptic, a mercenary company like Ecliptic, would only want Unit 99 to utilize it as a weapon. This means Unit 99 must be disarmed immediately. Standard procedure would be a frontal assault on the outpost. No quarter given. Do you concur? Unit 99 has an integrated control apparatus. This neural control interface allowed handlers to give the creatures orders during battle, a practice now explicitly prohibited. These mercenaries may be in the process of deciphering a way to access the interface, allowing them to weaponize Unit 99 again, something we must prevent at all costs. That is the standard method of xenoweapon disarmament. Yes.
That's interesting that you have to interact with this thing like this.
Yeah, there's a lot of dialogue. Every NPC basically have a dialogue option, several dialogue options.
Can you turn it off?
The dialogue?
Like, you have to interact with this dude, or is there like an auto...
No, sometimes you have to, but sometimes you can just run by them and shit. But this is a part of the mission. I have to do it.
Yeah. It's funny. Gives you the illusion of having some kind of control over your destiny, but in reality you just go to the same place no matter what.
Yeah.
yeah. Kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Holy shit. Who's that dude? Oh my god. Kill, kill. Got a lot of kill, kill, kill. Get him, sorry. Hell yeah. Kill, kill. Kill, kill. Oh, kill, kill.
I think it's trying to play. How great.
Ooh, pulse cannon. Uh-oh. Nice.
Oh,
The hell?
what happened to my robot? Oh, he's still there.
Unit 99 service is now complete. Mine, however, continues. Our work here is finished. Now, what is this mission you spoke of? Major Sanan is involved. A plague of terramorph attacks. That is disconcerting. You are docked at one of a kind. I will meet you there.
You have to talk to a robot. It's so funny.
I think he's not going away.
I like the guns.
Yeah, I have a few ones. I really like this shotgun here because that's really powerful. Then there's a double barrel shotgun kind of thingy. 50 cal thingy. And that one I just used, this one here. Really effective.
Nice. Fucking hyperspace, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
It's called a gravity jump.
Yeah. We know what it really is, though. It's
we do.
It's hyperspace. Light speed. It's wait. Was it Star Trek called it a warp factor? Warp factor.
Yeah,
10.
warp. Yeah. Warp space.
Yeah, warp speed.
We have arrived. I will meet you inside the facility.
Take us to warp speed.
Oh yeah, this is Mars. We're on Mars now.
Dude, look at that fucking robot thing walking around down there. It looked like a goddamn robot dog. That thing. Dude, right there. Look, it looks just like the shit we got right now.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, we literally got the thing with the gun on it and everything now, just like that.
We do.
It's fucked up, man. Fuck that thing. Kill that thing, Cyber. Can you shoot it?
I probably could, but I think those guards around would probably attack me, and then I would fuck up everything.
Nice, that'd be fun. We should do that.
I mean, you have the option to, because right now I'm with a faction called the U.S. Collective, but I could have chosen another faction, and then I would those guys here would have been hostile to me.
Oh.
So I guess I could attack them now, and then everyone will be hostile to me.
Major Salon, Dr. Walker.
You're in better shape than I expected, Kaiser. Shouldn't take us long to get you back up to full fighting capacity.
This is good to hear. I was told there was a new threat on the horizon. I wish to learn more.
Percival will give you the full story.
Plus, get you dressed for the
The robot's all I want to kill. Fix me so I can kill.
Londinium.
I like to kill.
Londinium. Doctor, I will require additional armaments.
I need my
More
head.
weapons.
Why did you take my head off?
You're with me.
Give me my head back.
Walk you through what we came up with.
I want my head. Look, I have no head. What is wrong with you? Give me a fucking head, for Christ's sakes. Dude, that thing should say that. Should say, I have no head. Whoever designed me is an asshole. I can't turn my head.
What designed me is an
I can't
asshole.
turn my head because I don't have one. I can't headbang at the show. I don't have one. Think of all the things in life you've robbed me of, you fucking re-engineers. Suck.
So the problem we're up against is vast. Terramorphs, they can be anywhere. Meaning us finding and disposing of them ourselves isn't an option. But what if we could let something else do the work for us? Come on, I'll walk you through what we're thinking.
So annoying, the NPC gonna walk slightly faster than me, or slightly slower. It's never the same fucking pace.
You remember that creature we talked about before you went to Nera? The thing that eats terramorphs, the Asylees? Take that as a no, then. Yes, there are. Apparently, the Asylees were bloodhounds for terramorphs. But when the UC ran low on synthetic foods during the Colony War, the Asylees were chosen to fill in the gaps. We thought they were harvested to extinction. But in the data, the research team found the location of a few remaining specimens. As you can see, what we're proposing is bringing them back. We'd breed populations of them, distribute them to human beings, and then let nature take its course, using a method that thousands of years of adaptation have already perfected. We could speed up their breeding process using, well, using some of the same technologies that were used to create me. We even think that with some time and investigation, we could use the Asili's hunting skills to track down the Terramorph transmission method at long last. Find out how humanity spread them and put an end to the Terramorph problem definitively. I suppose that's a fair comparison. Except that this time, we'd be protecting human lives, not ending them. Now, there is another option for removing the Terramorphs from our worlds. It's faster, maybe even more efficient, but riskier. A microbe. Something we could aerosolize, let spread, and have it clean up anything with Terramorph DNA for us, which would include morphs, and we expect their transmission method. It'd still take time to build, test, and distribute, but no other method could hold a candle to it when it comes to sheer efficiency. Not even the Asilis.
The other thing standing back there should poop on the floor right where it's standing.
Percival assures me
That'd be
that
so funny.
he'll be able to encode safeguards against mutation in the agent's genetics, so that they stick to the task of cleaning up Terramorphs. But the microscopic world has a tendency to behave in ways you can't always predict. So to say there's zero risk would be a lie.
Dude, these dialogue things take way too long. Oh my god.
Yeah, but that's choices, bro. Right now, I have to decide if I want to do chemical warfare or not, actually. And I actually want to do the chemical warfare because it sounds efficient, but I'm pretty sure it's going to end up biting me in the ass, man.
Right.
Inclined that way myself. With either path, though, we're looking at a long-term commitment. Years of work. Even just getting these plans off the ground is going to take time. And all routes are going to require some highly specific materials to make things work. Terramorph cell lines we can breed quickly and consistently to test on. Asili's gene samples we can use to rebuild their bloodlines. Or sharpen our microbes' tracking skills. Not the sort of things any labs just got lying around. But we think we found a lead. One place in the known galaxy where we know we should be able to find all the materials we need. All paths lead to Londinian. Exactly what I was hoping to hear. Now, the UC has a small operating base on Londinian's outskirts. We're cleared for access, but we'll need to check in with the base commander, Sarah Hatoum, when we touch down. I'm gonna help Percival and Kaiser prep, but once that's done, we'll rendezvous with you there. But you need to know, Londinian, it belongs to the Terramorphs. They'll have anti-Xeno gear for us at the base, but I'd make sure you've got your favorite arms on hand.
Excuse me.
Hello?
It's funny, he's got hair like you, Cyber.
There's a character creator. I actually tried to make him look a little like me. You can actually make them look exactly like you want. So, all kind of the plan.
Let me see his face. He looks like you.
Depending on the lighting.
Oh my god, dude, he looks just like you. Let me see his face. Can you zoom in on him? Oh my god.
No,
he looked like you from further away.
Yeah.
Like from a different angle.
But also the lighting the lighting is kind of fucked up in this game. The NPCs and the lighting can really
right
get
there.
Look uncanny.
He looked like you right there. Right there, it looks like you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Goddamn planet. You romanticize a place when you're away from it for long enough, but I forgot what a dust-crusted pit Mars can be. Now you, what do you need? You project personnel? Supplies are for project personnel only. Oh, that's you then. I was informed we might be working together. Don't much care for Vanguard. It sounds like you two really got into the thick of it back in New Atlantis. My sister's kids live in the city, so, thank you for what you did there. Of course. Consider yourself verified. Here's what I've got in stock.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna have dinner with my mom. You guys take care. I guess the rain never came. It was supposed to rain, but it didn't. Enjoy your gaming, Cyber.
I will, and bon appetit.